extenuating circumstances are tough to prove.
They're uncommon, and
Yeah.
it's usually something like, I've seen extenuating circumstances work with some sort of catastrophic disability.
Right.
I've seen it work with
Death
military type scenarios.
Right,
But it is very rare. Divorce is not an extenuating
Divorce,
circumstance.
you would think it is, but it's not. Yeah.
If you lost your job, if all those things are not extending. It's something pretty catastrophic, and
we actually had a guy this week that was actually putting 40% down on an FHA loan, which that's a strong payment,
Right.
down payment period. And in the divorce decree, he had to sell the marital residence. Well, the ex did not want to sign for it, so he couldn't do anything, and it went to foreclosure. We even called HUD. That's still not existing.
It's one of those things where I think a lot of people don't realize the complications that come along with real estate in marriage when they're on title, and there's a divorce situation, or you're in divorce, or there's legal documents that protect it. I mean, we've had people call us up and say, well, I'm getting the house in the divorce, so you don't need to talk to him. And it's like, no, but you haven't gotten it yet. Like, you may think that people get really emotional about it because there's obviously a clear separation between the two spouses. They can't communicate anymore. They're having separate lives. They don't want to have any. They don't want to have any interaction with each other, but there really isn't a way around it. If husband and wife are both still listed on the title, unless we have a legal document signed off by a judge,
right.
or a mediator or arbiter, we can't really do, that's been agreed upon by all parties. We can't do anything different than require both of those people to agree. And if we've even had situations where you've had spouses that are split, or spouses going through divorce, and we've listed the property and both have agreed, and then one person will want to do something and the other won't, like reduce the price, for example.
Right.
Well, he's not living here. Reduce the price. I don't need his approval. Well, yeah, we do. Like I can't do that without that person's consent. We run into that a lot, where one spouse will want to do something and the other won't. We've had it recently in a sense where just simple procedural things that we'd agreed to with through the agreement, and then one person wanted to do something different. It's like, no, that both of you have to agree to that. Like, we represent both of you, not either of you individually, and you're both on this. And for us to make any changes,
it's got to be a hassle for you guys.
We get stuff right in the middle. Oh, it does. We become. It's funny. Like a lot of times people will see realtors and they have all the little designations. They have all the initials after the name.
Yeah,
like ABR, GRI.
Right.
And, Karen McCormick in my office, who you've met many times, she's the queen. She has every designation.
Right.
Like, if there's a designation, she has like so many initials. It's like alphabet soup after her
Probably
name.
something she doesn't even put on her card.
Right. Yeah. So she's got a ton of them, and great agent, and it's great. There's a lot of great educational aspects of going through and getting all the designations, but I always joke that all those designations are basically to qualify us as a psychotherapist, because you probably do too, but we get stuck in the middle of that to where we have to work with two completely agitated towards each other people,
right,
to get to a common ground of selling the home, and you'll have things happen like, it makes complete sense to sell this property. Both of them want to do it, but one of them will be a jerk about it and refuse to sign, or drag the other one through the coals. I mean, we had one over on the beach, probably, I would say it was probably about 2 years ago, and it was a divorcing couple, and the divorcing couple, one of them, they both agreed to sign the property, like initially, and then one of them, after we'd gone under contract and went through the whole process, just knew that the wife was getting a majority of the proceeds based on the divorce decree, and decided he was going to start messing with it and saying, I'm not going to sign, and I want a kickback, and I want this, and started doing all kinds of funny business.
Right.
And when you throw divorce in there with a married couple that's selling a home, it just turns into, those are some of the most challenging sales for us, because one of the, and it's usually one or the other spouse is the one kind of instigating. You just get stuck in the middle of it, where you have to talk people off the ledge. I mean, you're having conversations with people that have absolutely nothing to do with real estate.
Right.
Crying on the phone and drama, and attempting to get them to understand like how this works. But the reality is you can't do much without.
Yeah, you guys go through a lot more of that than we'd have to. But it's real simple. Like, if you're still married with us and you're trying to do a mortgage, then that spouse has to sign the mortgage. They don't have to be on the note.
Right.
They have to sign the mortgage because Florida is a community property state.
Which you run into a little bit where they're separating,
Right.
or they're divorcing but not yet divorced,
Right.
and the person doesn't want to sign. We've had that happen where
Yeah.
they're like, no, I don't want to sign that. We're getting divorced.
Right.
I'm not going to put my name on that mortgage. Like, what if that person doesn't pay and I'm liable? Like, you run into that sometimes.
Right.
I'm sure.
And we, if you're good, you recognize that up front. You go, is your spouse willing to sign the mortgage? Why she got to sign the mortgage? Well, because it's a law, and
you're
you
still
probably say, yeah. And I
Still
go,
married.
let's get that out of the way. Otherwise, we're going to waste a lot of time here.
Right.
So figure that out.